I love political debates. I listen, read all the time, the latest stuff that's going on. But the one thing that irritates me as much as anything else is not the issues, but it's the mention of somebody's dumb or somebody's smart or somebody's smarter than somebody else. I just hate that, and I hear it all the time. And honestly, I think it's more liberals calling conservatives dumb and ignorant than the other way around. I mean, just think of our last two presidents. Barack Obama, you just have the feeling, oh, smart, brilliant, unbelievable. George Bush, dumb as a board, farm boy, whatever. I mean, that's just the image that is there. Well, I just want to point out one thing for Republicans and conservatives. I read a lot of books, and I've read some books by senators, and I just noticed that I was reading just the conservative side, so I wanted to read the other side. But just take the 4 years of Obama's first presidency and notice the books that were written. There were only about a dozen or so, most of them by Republicans. And they were books of real content, too. I mean, like Lamar Alexander had a book on nuclear energy where he was saying nuclear power is something we should look at for our energy solutions. Several books on the economy, including one that I read by Tom Coburn of Oklahoma called Debt Bomb, where he's dealing with our national debt and solutions for it and what have you. Rand Paul, the new senator, also wrote a great book on government regulations and how it is literally crushing just individual citizens and what we can do about that. And there were several others, including James Inhofe on the global warming hoax, where he wrote a book about how the politics of global warming is driving us crazy. So whether you agree with these or not, at least these people had the guts to put down their beliefs and publish them in a book. So I looked for Democrats. This almost is funny. Actually, it is funny. The only serious book written by a Democrat during the first 4 years of Obama's presidency was by Bob Menendez, who is a Hispanic member of the Democrat Party as a senator. He wrote a book on immigration and how it helps the economy. So we give Democrats credit for that one. That's it, though. You know what the other two books written by Democrats were? One was by Joseph Lieberman from Connecticut. Now, he's a Jewish believer, but he wrote a book on the Sabbath, the day of rest, and how we need to make sure we take time off. Okay, and then the other book was written by Barbara Boxer, senator from California. Are you ready for this? I mean, I couldn't invent this. Her book, was it a serious topic? No, it was a novel. A novel, a book of fiction. And I'm just going to leave to you to come up with the jokes about Democrats and fiction. But when you look at just that little thing, you know what? I don't know that you can say Republicans are just the big dummies of the world, as the press would have us believe. So it's just one little point, one little thought. And I close with this. If I'm driving down the road and my car breaks down in a pouring down rain, and there's two people in my car, one is a high school dropout who happens to be a mechanic, and the other one is a Harvard grad who can quote the French philosopher Voltaire, guess who, in my opinion, is smarter in that situation? Yeah, the mechanic. Don't get caught up in these crazy shots at each other about who's smart, who's not. That doesn't matter. What matters is the issues and who is making sense.